The massive hegemony warship cut through space like a knife, its hull gleaming under the distant light of Sol. Admiral Kraztul stood on the command deck, 6 arms crossed over his armored chest as he watched the tactical display. Earth looked so small, so insignificant. "Admiral," his second-in-command reported, "all battle groups are in position. We await your command to begin the invasion." Before Kraztul could respond, the space before them shimmered. The bridge crew tensed as a being of pure energy materialized. Ancient and vast, it pulsed with colors no hegemony eye could fully process. "I am Zalvoros," the entity said, its voice echoing strangely in their minds. "I have traveled the void for 50,000 years. I come with a warning." Kraztul sneered. "The hegemony needs no warning, spirit." "You prepare to attack Earth," Zalvoros continued undeterred. "Do not provoke the humans. They appear primitive, but they are the most dangerous species I have encountered in my existence." The bridge crew shifted uncomfortably. Kraztul laughed, the sound harsh and metallic. "These humans barely leave their own planet. Their weapons are crude. Their ships fragile. I encountered them centuries ago." Zalvoros pulsed with dark red light. "They were even more primitive then. I lost 3 of my kind to their resourcefulness. They do not fight like other species. They do not surrender when defeat is logical." "Superstitious nonsense." Kraztul waved a dismissive hand through the entity's form. "We have conquered 37 worlds. Earth will be 38. Zalvoros flickered. "Then you have chosen extinction." The entity vanished. Near Neptune's orbit, Fleet Commander Jack Harlow frowned at his sensor readings. The Deep Space Monitoring Station had picked up unusual energy signatures, massive and moving with purpose. "Run it again," he ordered. Lieutenant Vega shook her head. "Sir, these readings match nothing in our database. Whatever's out there, it's big and there's a lot of them." Jack's stomach tightened. Humanity had wondered for centuries if they were alone. Now it seemed they had their answer. "Send word to Earth Command. Possible first contact scenario. I'm taking the Defiant to investigate." The research vessel Horizon was already near the anomaly, conducting routine studies of Neptune's outer rings. Jack opened a channel. "Horizon, this is Fleet Commander Harlow. Be advised you have unknown contacts approaching your position. Fall back immediately." "Roger that, Commander," came the reply. "We're picking them up now. Unusual configuration, definitely artificial. We're beginning withdrawal, but wait, they're accelerating toward us." Jack watched in horror as his tactical display lit up with weapons fire. The Horizon never stood a chance. One moment it was there, the next it was expanding debris. "Battle stations," Jack shouted. "All hands prepare for combat." His communications officer looked up, face pale. "Sir, I'm receiving an emergency transmission from Earth Command. The unknown vessels have been detected throughout the system. They're everywhere." Jack's personal comm buzzed. The face of his younger brother appeared, transmission breaking up. "Jack, something's attacking the lunar colony. We're trying to evacuate, but..." The screen filled with blinding light, then went dead. Jack stood frozen for one heartbeat, grief and rage washing through him. Then training took over. "Helm, set course for Earth, maximum speed," he ordered, voice steady despite the storm inside him. "Weapons, prepare all systems, communications, alert every ship in the fleet." As the Defiant's engines roared to life, Jack stared at the tactical display showing dozens of enemy ships moving toward his homeworld. The hegemony had made a terrible mistake. They should have listened to the warning. 3 months into the war, Jack Harlow crouched behind a twisted chunk of metal that had once been part of a space station. His ship, hidden in the asteroid belt, waited with engines cold. Around him, 5 soldiers checked their weapons, faces grim behind helmet visors. "They're coming," whispered Lieutenant Vega, watching her scanner. "Big transport ship, minimal escort." Jack nodded. "Just like we predicted. The hegemony thinks they've won already." The initial attack had been devastating. Earth's outer colonies fell within days. The moon base lasted a week, but then something happened that the aliens clearly hadn't expected. Earth united. Old enemies became allies overnight. Every factory switched to war production. Every scientist focused on one goal: survival. Target in range in 30 seconds, Vega said. Jack tightened his grip on his rifle. The weapon had been standard issue 3 months ago. Now it contained parts reverse-engineered from captured alien tech. The impossible learning curve that should have taken years had somehow been compressed into weeks. "Remember," Jack said to his team, "we need that ship intact. The cargo is what matters." The massive hegemony transport appeared, moving slowly between the asteroids. Its escort fighters swept the area with scanning beams that passed right over Jack's team. The human suits, modified with stolen tech, masked their signatures. "Now," Jack ordered. 6 grappling hooks shot out, connecting to the transport's hull. Jack's team pulled themselves across the void. They landed silently on the ship's surface. Vega placed a device against the hull. It burned through the metal, creating an entry point. Inside, the team moved quickly through purple-lit corridors. 2 alien guards fell before they could sound an alarm. Jack checked his scanner. "Cargo bay ahead." The doors slid open. Inside, hundreds of containers were stacked neatly. Jack moved to a console and plugged in a decoder. The alien symbols transformed into English. "There," he said, pointing. "That's what we need." His team moved quickly, attaching transport beacons to specific containers. One by one, the containers vanished, teleported to their hidden ship. An alarm suddenly blared, red lights flashed. "They've spotted us," Vega shouted. "Fall back," Jack ordered. "Mission accomplished." They fought their way back to their entry point. Lieutenant Chen took a hit to the shoulder but kept moving. Outside, on the hull, hegemony soldiers in space armor waited. "We're cut off," Vega said. Jack's oldest friend, Commander Ryan Foster, stepped forward. "I'll hold them off. Get that cargo home." "Ryan, no. This is bigger than us, Jack. You know what's in those containers. It's the key to everything." Before Jack could argue, Ryan pushed him toward their escape route. Then he turned, weapons ready, facing the approaching aliens. Jack and the remaining team made it to their ship, just as Ryan's life signs flatlined on their monitors. The cargo was secure. The price had been high. Back at the hidden Earth base inside Ceres, scientists swarmed over the stolen containers. Jack watched through a window as they examined the hegemony's most closely guarded secret, their FTL communication technology. General Harris approached, face grim. "We've decoded their transmissions. The hegemony has called for reinforcements. They're sending their planet-killer fleet." Jack stared at the stolen tech. "How long do we have?" 2 weeks, maybe less." Jack thought of Ryan, of his brother, of all they had lost. "It'll be enough. We've got something they don't expect." "What's that?" Jack's eyes hardened. "They think they're hunting us. They don't realize we've been studying them, learning their weaknesses, and now thanks to this tech, we know exactly where to hit them." The general nodded slowly. "The counterattack begins tomorrow." Admiral Jack Harlow stood on the bridge of the Earth flagship Defiance, watching Jupiter's massive form fill the view screen. Around the gas giant, flashes of light marked the largest space battle in human history. "Status report," Jack demanded. "Hegemony forces in disarray, sir," Lieutenant Vega replied. "They expected us to defend in standard formation. Our flanking maneuver caught them completely off guard." Jack nodded. The counterattack had been underway for 10 days. Earth forces had pushed back with devastating effectiveness, using tactics no alien military manual could have predicted. Humans didn't fight like other species. They adapted. They improvised. They did the unexpected. The hegemony command ship is attempting to regroup their forces near the moon Io, Vega continued. "Perfect," Jack said. "Spring the trap." Hidden Earth vessels powered up from Io's surface, where they had been waiting for days. The hegemony command ship found itself caught in crossfire. "Sir," Communications Officer Patel called out, "we're receiving a transmission. It's not from the hegemony." The bridge view screen flickered. The shimmering form of Zalvaros appeared. "Admiral Harlow," the ancient entity said, "you have done what many thought impossible." "We're not finished yet," Jack replied. "The hegemony still threatens Earth." I have observed your species closely since this conflict began. You possess something unique. Your neural patterns allow for technological leaps that should take centuries, not weeks. Jack thought of the captured alien tech that Earth scientists had not only understood but improved upon. Is that why the hegemony attacked us? They feared what we might become? They feared what you already are, Zalvoros answered. I can help you end this war, but we must meet. There is knowledge you need. Before Jack could respond, alarms blared across the bridge. Massive energy spike from the hegemony flagship, Vega shouted. They're preparing to jump to FTL. They can't escape, Jack ordered. Deploy the gravity anchors. Earth's newest weapon activated. Based on stolen hegemony tech but modified by human ingenuity, the devices created localized gravity wells that prevented FTL travel. The hegemony flagship shuddered visibly as it tried to break free. Jack opened a channel. Hegemony Command, this is Admiral Harlow. Your forces are defeated. Your supply lines are cut. Surrender now. The alien face that appeared on screen was nothing like the confident Admiral Krastul from months before. His scales had dulled, his posture defeated. How? Krastul demanded. How did primitives like you defeat our greatest fleet? You should have listened to the warning, Jack said simply. After the hegemony surrendered, Jack met with Earth's Leadership Council in the orbital station above Mars. The mood was victorious but cautious. The hegemony has been pushed back across all fronts, General Harris reported. Their leadership is in chaos. Many of their subject worlds are rebelling. And the planet killer fleet? Jack asked. No sign of it yet. We believe our victory came before they could arrive. The door slid open. A diplomatic officer entered, looking troubled. Sir, we've received a communication from the Galactic Alliance. They're offering congratulations on our victory and requesting immediate diplomatic relations. Jack frowned. The Galactic Alliance? We've never had contact with them before. They claim they've been watching the conflict. They say they're impressed with our capabilities and want to establish peaceful ties. Something felt wrong. Jack turned to the window, looking out at the stars. Admiral? General Harris prompted. Why now? Jack said quietly. Why wait until we defeated the hegemony to make contact? The diplomatic officer shifted uncomfortably. There's more, sir. They're already en route to Earth. A delegation of their highest officials. They say they have gifts of advanced technology to share with humanity. Jack's instincts screamed danger. Get me Zalvoros immediately, I think we're being played. What do you mean? Jack turned, his face hard. I think we just won a battle only to find ourselves in a much more dangerous game. Jack stood in the observation deck of Earth's orbital defense station, watching the sleek ships of the Galactic Alliance delegation dock. Zalvoros hovered beside him, its energy form dimmer than before. They are not what they claim, the ancient entity warned. The Alliance has watched your species for centuries. They use others to fight their battles. The hegemony was their puppet, Jack said, the pieces finally fitting together. They sent them to test us. Yes, and now they come bearing gifts and false friendship. Below them, Earth glowed blue and green. After months of war, humanity had emerged stronger, more unified. But at what cost? Billions dead, cities in ruins. And now this new threat disguised as salvation. Admiral Harlow, a voice called from behind. The Security Council is waiting. Jack turned to see his childhood friend, General Peter Reeves. They had grown up together, joined the military together. Now Peter led Earth's defense forces while Jack commanded the fleet. I'm not going to the meeting, Jack said. Peter's eyes widened. What? The Alliance representatives are already there. This is our chance for advanced technology, for protection. It's a trap, Peter. They orchestrated this whole war. Peter's face hardened. That's a serious accusation without proof. The Council won't listen to theories. Then I'll get proof. Jack moved toward the door. Delay the meeting, give me 12 hours. I can't do that, Jack. Peter blocked his path. Orders from the highest level. We're accepting their offer. Earth needs this alliance. Jack stared at his old friend. Something was wrong. Peter's eyes held a strange gleam. "What did they promise you?" Jack asked quietly. "The future," Peter replied. "They showed me what humanity can become with their help, power beyond imagination." "At what price? Does it matter? We'll be the dominant species in the galaxy." Jack felt sick. "That's not who we are. It's who we should be." Peter drew his sidearm. "I'm sorry, Jack. You're under arrest for insubordination and conspiracy against Earth's interests." Zalvoros suddenly flared bright. "The Alliance has already begun. They've corrupted your leaders with promises of power." Peter fired at the entity. The energy blast passed through Zalvoros but struck the window behind, cracking it. Alarms blared. Jack lunged at Peter, knocking the weapon aside. They fought brutally. Two men who once would have died for each other. "They're using us," Jack gasped as they grappled, "just like they used the hegemony." "They're elevating us," Peter shot back, landing a punch to Jack's ribs. Security forces rushed in. Jack found himself surrounded, Peter standing over him triumphantly. "Take him to detention," Peter ordered. "The Admiral has suffered a mental breakdown." As they dragged Jack away, Zalvoros moved between them. "I cannot allow this." The entity expanded, growing brighter until the room was filled with blinding light. When it faded, Jack was gone. He awoke in a small ship, racing away from Earth. Zalvoros's form flickered weakly beside him. "I have brought you to safety," the entity said, its voice faint. "But the effort has cost me greatly." "We have to go back," Jack insisted. "Earth is in danger." "The Alliance has already begun integrating their technology with yours. Technology designed to control, not aid." Jack watched as Zalvoros's form grew dimmer. "You're dying. My energy is nearly depleted. But before I fade, you must know the truth about your species. Humans possess something rare in this galaxy, the capacity for both unmatched compassion and terrible destruction. It is why you are feared. It is why you are valuable. How do I stop them? I'm just one man against two powerful forces." Zalvoros pulsed once more. "You are not alone. There are others who see the truth. Find them." The entity's light faded to almost nothing. "The Alliance fears one thing above all else: the day humans realize their true potential." Jack watched as Zalvoros disappeared completely. On the ship's scanner, he saw multiple vessels launching from Earth, searching for him. The ship's computer beeped. A message appeared. "Emergency broadcast from Earth. Admiral Jack Harlow declared traitor. All forces ordered to capture or kill on sight." Jack set his jaw. The real war was just beginning. Alarms screamed across Earth's orbital defense grid. The hegemony had returned, but this time they weren't alone. The massive planet-killer fleet darkened space, accompanied by ships bearing the sleek design of the Galactic Alliance. In the chaos, a small ship slipped through the defensive perimeter. Jack Harlow, branded traitor 3 weeks ago, had returned. His face was thinner, a fresh scar running along his jaw. His eyes held the look of a man who had seen the truth and couldn't unsee it. "Approaching Earth Defense Station Alpha," Lieutenant Vega said from beside him. She had been one of the few to believe him, to help him gather the resistance. "Any response to our transmission?" Jack asked. "Nothing official, but I'm picking up chatter. The Alliance technology is failing. Their ships are shutting down." Jack allowed himself a small smile. The virus he had created with the help of Zalvoros's final gift was working. The ancient entity had embedded its consciousness into a data crystal before dying, containing knowledge of Alliance weaknesses. "Take us in. We need to reach the command center." The station loomed ahead, its weapons turned outward against the invading fleet. Jack's ship docked at an emergency airlock. Armed soldiers waited inside. "Hands up, traitor!" their leader shouted. Jack stepped forward slowly. "Look outside. The Alliance has betrayed us. They never came to help. They came to control us, and when that failed, to destroy us." The soldier hesitated, looking at the battle raging beyond the viewport. Alliance ships were firing on Earth vessels now, their true intentions revealed. General Reeves ordered us to shoot you on sight, the soldier said, but his weapon lowered slightly. Peter is being controlled. The Alliance technology they integrated into our systems has a secondary purpose: mind control. A massive explosion rocked the station. The lights flickered. We don't have time for this, Jack said. Earth dies today unless we act. The soldier made his decision. Follow me. They raced through corridors filled with panicked personnel. The command center doors were sealed, but Vega quickly bypassed the security. Inside, Peter Reeves stood at the main console. A strange metallic device was attached to the base of his skull. Jack, he said, turning. His eyes were empty. You're too late. The Alliance has shown me the future. Humanity must be guided or destroyed. That's not you talking, Peter. Jack stepped forward. Fight it. Peter drew his weapon. The Alliance is perfect. They have existed for millions of years. They know what is best. They're afraid of us, Jack countered. Afraid of what we might become. As they should be. Peter aimed at Jack's heart. Jack moved with lightning speed, tackling his friend. They crashed into consoles, fighting desperately. Jack could see Peter struggling internally, moments of recognition flashing in his eyes. Remember who you are, Jack shouted, pinning Peter down. Remember Earth. With a swift move, Jack ripped the device from Peter's neck. Peter screamed, then went limp. Jack turned to the command console. Give me fleet-wide communications. His fingers flew across the controls. The virus from Zalvaros's crystal uploaded to every ship in Earth's fleet. All Earth vessels, this is Admiral Harlow. The Alliance technology has been compromised. Disengage all Alliance systems immediately and execute Battle Plan Omega. On the main screen, Earth ships began to move in perfect coordination, forming a pattern that no alien strategist could have predicted. The human fleet, outnumbered but now free from interference, executed maneuvers that defied conventional space tactics. Peter stirred, his eyes clear again. Jack, what happened? I'll explain later. Right now, I need your help to save Earth. Together, they directed the counterattack. The hegemony fleet, expecting easy victory, found themselves outmaneuvered. The Alliance ships, their technology neutralized by the virus, fell back in disarray. Hours later, as the last enemy ships retreated or surrendered, Jack stood before the hastily assembled Galactic Council. Representatives from a dozen species watched him warily. Humanity will not be controlled, Jack stated firmly. We will not be destroyed, but we will not become conquerors either. The Supreme Commander of the hegemony, now a prisoner, looked at Jack with new understanding. They were right about you all along, he whispered. The warning should have been heeded. Jack gazed out at the stars, thinking of Zalvaros and all those lost in the war. Remember this day, he told the assembled aliens. Earth stands ready for friendship, for alliance based on mutual respect, but never again mistake our desire for peace as weakness. As one, the council members nodded. A new age had begun.